The scheduling tab shows us the schedules in the software, the key status, whether the schedule is active or pending, or whether the key schedule is currently disabled. If we have create custom, then a schedule has not yet been created for that user. We have the ability to edit custom schedules, create custom schedules. We can also add a new shared schedule and then drag users to that schedule, a schedule template. When we create a schedule, we'll create one using the shared schedule feature. The basic schedule creation is a three-step process. Step 1 is we choose the type of key that we want to set up. An operator key, which will simply open a door, an audit key, which is used to pull audits from a cylinder up to 2,000 per cylinder, an operator plus audit key, which combines the operator function and the audit function into one function where you pull audits from a cylinder and then open the door with the same key. Then we have the setup function, which is the blacklisting key, and we have the control function, which is the function used to insert and remove interchangeable cores from housings. The control key can also be used to open the door as well. So the first step that we use is choosing which function we want to use. Under the operator function, we have the option to choose rolling entries or disable the key so that no entries are lost. A key can hold over 10,000 audits on it. If you feel like your key's audit trail is going to fill up before you reschedule your key, then you might choose disable the key so that no entries are lost. But if you feel like you're going to be able to reschedule the key before the key gets 10,000 audit events on it, you might choose roll entries so that the key will continue to be able to access openings. The servicing options, these are optional fields requiring the user to enter the PIN that you assign to the user in the user tab. You can require that. You can also display a message when the user services their key, telling them to make sure to recharge their battery often, or some other message that you might want to give them. The second step is defining the access list. On the left hand side, we have the potential openings and groups that could be accessed by the key. A single click on those options will move them to the right where we have our actual access list. If I wanted to remove a lock or an opening from the access list, I would click on the red X to move the opening back to the openings that have the potential. If I click on a group and move the group over, then every lock under that group, every opening under that group will be assigned to that key. The final step is setting the access time. Under the setting access time, we have three options. We can choose to set a fixed schedule with a definite start and end date, choosing which days that the schedule will work and what time the schedule will work, and then finish and apply that to the key. This means that the key will only work between the preset times, and after that the key must be rescheduled using the scheduling tab for the key to operate again. The second option is the day key. This is where we choose to set up a schedule for the key. We choose when the key will begin access. Notice we do not choose when the key will end its access, only when it begins its access. Then we choose the days that we want the key to be used and the time range. And this key will work from the point that we schedule it forever, as long as the key is rescheduled using a programming device daily. A programming device being either a remote PD, a local PD, or the Bluetooth app if it's a Bluetooth key. But for the key to work on a particular day, the key must be rescheduled using one of those options. The third choice that we have under time accesses is extended schedule, which is basically a combination of fixed and day. So we choose when we want the key to work, we choose the days that we want the key to work, we choose the range that during the day that we want the key to work, and then we have an extension field which tells us how long the key will work before it needs to be reprogrammed. And we have some preset options here from 1 day to 365 days. So if we chose 60 days and then chose to extend the key on its next service, then the key will work for 60 days. And then the key must be rescheduled for it to work an additional 60 days. If we choose to disable the key on its next service, then the key will work for 60 days from the next time it is reprogrammed. If we decided not to use either option, then the key must be scheduled within 60 days for the key to work again. After we choose the access time that we want, we will give this a scheduled name because this is a shared schedule. And then finish. We see the shared schedule test over on the left-hand side. Currently, no keys are using the shared schedule. To assign a user to the shared schedule, we would pull up the user in the schedule tab and drag that user to the schedule. Note that Jane Doe now has a pending status, meaning Jane Doe's key needs to be scheduled, and the schedule that is on her key is test.